Steven Spielberg is back with Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep in the new biographical drama, The Post. We're rolling film right now. Hey guys, what's up? It's Russell here at How's Hollywood Reviews. If you guys haven't, go ahead and click that subscribe button, that little bell notification icon. You get notified anytime I drop a new movie review, trailer review, anything new, you guys will get notified, so go ahead and do that. And also, after the video, don't forget to like and comment. Today I'm going to be reviewing The Post. The Post is the new Steven Spielberg movie that is rated PG-13 with a runtime of an hour and 56 minutes. It stars Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, Sarah Paulson, and Bob Odenkirk. The beginning of this movie takes place in 1966. We're in Vietnam, and a character by the name of Dan takes secret files. They make copies of these files, and it spans across 4 presidencies. You get Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson, and all of these are top secret classified information that they are making copies of. Well, meanwhile, in Washington, D.C., we see Meryl Streep, who plays the character Kay Graham. She is in charge of the Washington Post newspaper. Well, she's taken her company public in the stock market in order to keep the Washington Post open. We see Tom Hanks' character. His character's name is Ben Bradley in the film, and he wants to find out what this guy named Neil Sheen's working on, and he sends an intern out in order to find out what's going on. The movie moves at a very slow pace, but it's kind of easy to get confused if you're not paying attention, because Spielberg does this sometimes in his biographical movies. I know Lincoln was like that too. So then we see the New York Times ends up running an article about the White House lying about Vietnam. Well, the big thing about it is the same sources are giving the New York Post or the New York Times and the Washington Post information. So they end up running the news. New York Times ends up running the news about the America knowing about Vietnam and all about lying about Vietnam, and this causes an uprising with the American people because they feel like they've been misled the whole entire time. Well, the Washington Post ends up getting their hands on the documents later on in the film, and there's over 4,000 pages of documents that are like classified top secret information. And the basic gist of this movie is, what are they going to do? Are they going to end up running the article or not run the article? And that's pretty much the whole entire gist of the film. Spielberg directs another masterpiece. I thought the movie was really good. It was really fascinating to dive into this periodic piece. Just to see what happens. Tom Hanks and Meryl Streep give great performances. Meryl Streep more so as the leader of the Washington Post, the first female person to run the Washington Post, and Tom Hanks' character. Tom Hanks is pretty much solid in everything he does. This film absolutely, it transcends you and puts you in the shoes of what was going on at the times, and you see the backlash of what's going to happen if they choose to run it or if they choose not to run it. If they choose to run it, what happens? Does this mean that it's the end of the Washington Post? And if they don't run it, well, then they have all this information that the Americans have a right to know that they don't know about. So they're caught between the side of good and evil of what to do. So that's pretty much the whole entire film. I thought the acting overall was really solid. Like I said, Meryl Streep, Tom Hanks, anything they're in is pretty solid. And with the direction of Spielberg in the mix, the movie overall was solid. I gave this film a 85 out of 100. I did enjoy it, and I really liked the ending. So absolutely stick around for the ending, because the ending was really cool. How they tie the period piece all together. Overall, like I said, it moves a little bit slower, so if you're in the mood for this movie to like rush along, this isn't your movie. It's more of a slow, dramatic biographical piece that Spielberg put together. It's almost 2 hours long, and it definitely takes its time unfolding this story. It doesn't hurry or rush anything. Everything's relaxed and getting to the main stuff. I can see this movie getting nominated for Oscars for sure. Spielberg could be a possible lock for director. And between Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, both could get nominated. I know that the Best Actress category is going to be really stacked this year because you have so many other great actresses and great performances that they've given. But Meryl Streep is Meryl Streep, and she's been nominated over 20 times. So she might get a nom for this, and Tom Hanks for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a Best Supporting Actor award go in this film as well, because like I said, the movie overall was really fascinating, and I didn't know anything about it going into the film. And it's definitely, it was definitely an educational and eye-opening experience for sure. And I definitely recommend the film if you guys are in the mood for a dramatic biographical piece. But more importantly, have you guys seen the post? If you have, sound off there in the comments. Did you guys enjoy the film? Did you not like the film? What's your favorite Steven Spielberg movie? Go ahead and sound off there in the comments. And join me next time on Howell's Hollywood Reviews when I bring you Jessica Chastain's new movie, Molly's Game. Until then, we'll see you guys in Hollywood.